कैमरा करो, कैमरा करो, अरे कैमरा करो। জেপি নাটক চলছে। কি পাচ্ছিস? রাজভবন
नमस्कार।
কেউ নিয়েছেন?
Good morning to all of you. It is a historic day at Raj Bhavan today. For the first time in Raj Bhavan, birth anniversary of a great son of soil, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, is being observed. As first portrait in Raj Bhavan in 2019 for the first time. Absence of his portrait in the Raj Bhavan for all these years was greatly felt, and same is the situation in a positive sense about presence of his portrait in Raj Bhavan. Friends, and particularly my young friends, it is primarily due to Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, his struggle moment, that we are at the moment where we are. We must have a great sense of gratitude for him. In my address to the Constitution Day on 26th November, I had the occasion to make a reflection, and I would read out from what I said before the Great Assembly of State of West Bengal. I need to recognize the greatest sons of soil. Contextually, they are Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Who was intimately associated with the drafting of the Constitution, had declined to draft Article 370. And Dr. Ambedkar had the occasion to make a reflection, quote, "To give consent to your proposal," that is proposal about Article 370, "would be treacherous thing against the interest of India, and I as a Law Minister of India will never do it. The words of Dr. Ambedkar came out to be prophetic as subsequent painful events unfolded. India has given farewell to Article 370, which allowed terrorism and separatism to rear its head in Jammu and Kashmir. And I pleaded with members of the Assembly, let us all on this day express our gratitude to the Indian parliamentarians for Parliament's note to repeal Article 370 of the Constitution. With this important development that has been widely acclaimed across the country, the detrimental impact on the people of erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir has come to an end with this article, as also Article 35 ceasing to exist in our Constitution. Now what I said with great pride as first servant of the state of West Bengal before the great assembly of the state of West Bengal. It is a matter of pride for all of us in the state that Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, a member of the Constituent Assembly from our state and a person of great learning and eminence, had in a steadfast manner opposed Article 370. It was he who proclaimed, and let me tell you friends, what he said has now been realized. It was he said, एक देश में दो विधान, दो निशान, दो प्रधान नहीं चलेंगे। गत वर्ष 6 अगस्त को in a historic development, Article 370 was scrapped. The impact is now being felt all over. Recently, you must have seen our senior bureaucrats from IS and other fraternities who served the state for decades are getting domiciled was from state of Bihar in the Kashmir that was earlier. Retired army officials and many more are beneficiaries thanks to the Herculean efforts for which Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee fought and lived and died, have fructified in 2019. Friends, imagine the situation, particularly our young friends. An Indian citizen could not go to the then Jammu and Kashmir, now Union Territory, without a permit. In our own land, we have to seek a permit to visit another part of the country. Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee did not approve of it. He defied the law. He was arrested. And as you all are aware, he died while he was in prison. Such a great man, he fought for a principle. He fought for unity, integrity of the nation. And his dream has come to be fulfilled in 2019. It is his birth anniversary today, being celebrated at Rajbhavan for the first time. It was again my privilege and honor in December last to be in the august company of our visionary Prime Minister Narendra Modi, declared that Kolkata Port Trust will be named after this great son of the soil. That was a great occasion. I would therefore appeal to everyone, trying for our friends, particularly youth and students, get back to history. Look at the dreams this great man had, how he partnered with Dr. B.C. Roy to see the state of West Bengal is ever on the top. Let us reflect within. Let us be insightful. Where are we today? how that dream has to be realized. The dream has to be realized for the betterment of our youth, for creating opportunities for them, for making state of West Bengal, securing for it a place at the pinnacle. Imagine, son of a judge, son of a barrister, vice chancellor at the age of 33, and all through his career, he made contributions, only one thing in mind: welfare of the country, welfare of the state of West Bengal. I would therefore appeal and conclude, let us resolve on this day, we will always keep nation first. There can be no higher consideration, there can be no higher object than to keep the nation first under all situations and work to realize the great dream he had both for the country and our state. I am grateful to your presence, and I am sure members of the media will take steps to educate particularly our young minds about the contemporaneous situation that was obtaining in 1946 and 47. That was a very difficult period, and the momentous role played by Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee in securing for us what we breathe today. Thank you.
Sir, we request some buying. If you come in the middle, there.
Give out your name and put a question. Yes. Please give me a little ahead and let me be audible.
I am Vijaya Nag from Channel 10.
Let her come here. Let her come here.
Come here.
Come on, Manav, remove this there so that they can come and ask. Yes, one by one. Come on, come here. And ask.
Dr. Vijaya Nag from Channel 10. BJP leaders are being attacked day by day. Yesterday, cards. Would you like to tell about West Bengal?
I have noticed with great pain and deep concern that political space in the state is being cornered by the ruling party. That is not in consonance with democratic principles. In a democratic society, all political parties must have legitimate space. I therefore appeal to the government to be extremely cautious and vigilant that political space that is should not be curtailed. It is not the ruling party, workers and leaders with the support of the system, and various handicaps are generated for the opposition parties. I do not appreciate it. Senior leaders from all political parties expressed their concern to me on this critical issue. Most recently, leader of Congress party in Lok Sabha, Mr. Chaudhary, met me and he expressed his very serious concern not only on this but also on rampant corruption in relief distribution at Amphan and declining law and order situation to an alarming level.
Sir, good morning. This is Shaurik from ANI. Sir, my question is that now it's a very alarming situation in West Bengal. We have seen the highest active positive cases, 894 active positive cases, and 21 deaths in 24 hours. Did you seek any report from the Ministry of Health? Did you speak with the Health Minister in the recent occasion?
Before I respond to this question, through members of the media, I would like to make earnest appeal to the people of the state. We are in a very critical situation. Please let us follow unlockdown protocol 100%. Every citizen has a responsibility to adhere to the requirement. If there is any violation of social distancing, the price may be paid by him or her family and society at large. I therefore would appeal through media, let there be no slackness in it. We will have to give 100%, otherwise all good efforts that we have made so far will be lost. Coming back to the figures, you would see from June 1, the rise has been incremental. The rise has been worrisome. Our state is not the only state that can be taken to be spread over the entire country. But in our case, we have to be extra alert. Figures are rising. Each day we are reaching higher benchmark. I had the occasion to seek details from the government on one aspect. If we are conducting tests, a test has a meaning only if there is a test report. Indication to me, thousands of tests were conducted but reports are not coming forth. If reports are not coming forth, that's a serious cause of worry. For the first time, when Chief Secretary met me, I sent a written communication. Unfortunately and most unfortunately, information has even with the governor. That is a very serious lapse by the authorities. It is a matter of time. Those responsible will have to face prescription under law. I would appeal to the government. It is time for them to declare. If the situation is serious, we must tell people situation is very serious and that will have a good impact. It will generate compliance. Another situation to which my attention has been drawn from within the country and outside, that because of COVID, non-COVID patients in the state are being made to suffer. That's very serious. We must have something that is in sync with the overall requirement of our health sector. And I'm sure the government will be attending to it.
Rumapal ABP Anand. रूमापाल ABP आनंद, एक्चुअली मुझे पूछना था कि जो अम्फान से जो भी क्षतिग्रस्त हैं, जिनको नुकसान पहुंचा है, वहां तक पैसे नहीं पहुंच रहे हैं. हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि पैसे उन्हीं के पास पहुंच रहे हैं कि तृणमूल जो नेता है उनके घर तक पहुंच रहे हैं. क्या बोलेंगे इस बारे में, कुछ आप बोलेंगे?
I am a very man. I had indicated much before the distribution has to be fair, transparent, accountable. The distribution has to be only through government agency. The distribution cannot be through any private agency or a political party. I indicated so that my worst fears are not realized. What I noticed, what I gathered, what I have heard, what senior leaders of all political parties have communicated to me, that पानी सर के ऊपर से निकल गया. The lists were prepared on political considerations. Those who were not entitled to get benefit got benefit in large measure. I take a very serious view of it. One, the beneficiary who is not the actual beneficiary, if he or she has taken the relief, it's a serious legal lapse. It's a crime in law. And the authorities who have not looked into it carefully or have willingly crawled before the authority will also. What a shame to our state that money is being returned. If money is being returned, every such person must face law. It's a crime duly confessed. It can't be covered up. It can't be an eyewash. There will have to be real surgical strike on such kind of corruption. In a matter of relief, where poor people have suffered so hugely, is inhuman, uncivilized, cannot be countenanced. And further, many people have given donations to the Honorable Chief Minister Fund. I have appealed to the entire country very passionately through Times Now initiative. Please stand for Bengal. Contribute to PM's fund, CM's fund, Chief Minister's fund. Every penny will be used very wisely. And when I see it is being so used for political purposes, it pains me. How can relief amount fill up the coffers of those who are outraging law? I would appeal to everyone. I would particularly bureaucrats, BDOs and senior officials. Please don't take political approach. Don't take partisan approach. It may be very serious for you. It's a major misconduct. You are supposed to do your duty honestly, sincerely, in the interest of the state, not in the interest of a political party. And I'm sure they would listen to me, because sooner or later their misconduct will be duly accounted for.
Sir, this is Paulami from Newsprint. You asked Vice Chancellor to meet to you through virtual meeting. Yet not take on regarding this matter.
It is not a pleasant duty for me to tell the media that the government must not distance from Constitution. The government should not distance from rule of law. I wanted to have both as Governor and Chancellor the Vice Chancellors. All over the country, Governor and Chancellors have this interaction. What can be wrong in it? The Principal Secretary, Education Department was communicated this. Can you believe me? What was their response? Sir, there is no rule that provides for a virtual conference with the Vice Chancellors. In what age are we living? Are we in 18th century? Education department should have known their own chief minister is having virtual conference every day. I am shocked at it. I can't believe that in the current year we have an education department that is trying to handicap the governor and chancellor by such an excuse that there is no such rule. I have therefore interacted with the Honorable Chief Minister. Next to COVID, the burning problem is problem of our students. Our students are worried. Our students are stressed. Our students are sending me number of messages. You go to my Twitter account. If I have raised an issue of students, they have gone at large indicating this is our problem. After analyzing all of them carefully, feeling the hurtful situation of the students, noticing their worry, their woes, their career is at stake, they have to compete on all India basis. They have raised number of issues which I have studied. Honorable Chief Minister, that I am having a virtual conference now with all the Vice Chancellors. As Governor and Chancellor, I do not need permission of the state government for it. It is my prerogative, my right, my constitutional duty, which I will perform. But I urge the Chief Minister, it will be a good signal if the Honorable Minister in charge could also be on board. I do hope my sane voice will be heard, because both Raj Bhavan and the government must be on the same page in serving the larger interest of students, in taking care of our education scenario. We want our Vice Chancellors not to be sandwiched between Raj Bhavan and Nabana. I want our Vice Chancellors to have, there is limited role for Raj Bhavan, Governor, Chancellor. There is less role for the government. I would therefore interact. They are duty bound to attend a virtual conference. I'm sure they will do it. There is no consequences. Already I have taken a very lenient view with respect to one of the Vice Chancellors. The facts were alarming. Members of the media might kindly go through my order, a detailed order. They were very alarming. The left was a measure, but I took a lenient view. We have to respect our wives. We have to empower them. We have to de-stress them. We have to take them on board. The effort will be to be in sync with the wife, so that we have interaction with the object that our students do not suffer. I am sending a communication to all the Vice Chancellors. All open-ended issues, all of all the students may be sent to me. There are various universities. For example, with respect to Health University, the issues are different. They keep on communicating with me, and I am sure they will do it in a time-bound program. We will be able to give some relief fully. Second question, will it not be unfair to anyone? Okay, so it's the last question.
Yes.
Okay, close.
Sir, CM Mamata Banerjee is ODI about MP Lokit Chatterjee. What did you like to tell about him? Same. She called her house Lokit Chatterjee.
Let me tell you, these are personal issues. I don't go public with them. But if any minister of TMC has taken in, or the family has suffered, your governor has invariably reached out to them. Irrespective of political flavor, if any leader is suffering stress in the family because of ailment or otherwise, your governor is in touch with them with full assurance that if anything of this has been public, when one of the ministers to be airlifted from the north part, I visited him in the hospital because that was in public domain. But I am in touch with everyone, and I wish Lokit Chatterjee, a great parliamentarian, hard-working parliamentarian, speedy recovery, as also everyone else. And let me tell you, the Honorable Chief Minister has been equally concerned about me and my family. She has been regularly calling us that I should not compromise and take care of my health. I express my gratitude to her through the media for being so concerned. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Sir, I'm Mongshui Banerjee from DD News. सर अभी स्कूल सब बंद है, बच्चे ऑनलाइन पे क्लास कर रहे हैं. बहुत सारे स्कूल उनका फीस जो इंक्रीज करना चाहते हैं, बट पेरेंट्स आर नॉट रेडी टू पे दैट. सर आपका क्या ख्याल है इसमें? এখন যে অনলাইন ক্লাস চলছে এখন, তো অনেক স্কুল চাইছে ফিজ ইনক্রিজ করতে, তো সব পেরেন্টসরা সেটা দিতে পারছেন না, তো সেটা নিয়ে স্কুল
Friends, you know it. Governor has certain areas in which governor can act. I have two heads. One is the head of the governor, second is head of the chancellor. I am sure the government must be addressing all these issues. These are issues for executive authority to deal with. The governor is not expected to take decisions on behalf of the government. The decisions are to be taken by the government, and I have no reason to believe that the government will not be alive to it. I have seen with respect to transport facilities, the government was doing much. Some result I am told is coming on the ground and the reality is improving. But these are issues. If I have an issue with respect to this, which I have, I will not share it with the media. I will share with the media my constitutional duties that emanate from Article 159 as governor and my duties as chancellor. Those I am open to. Other issues to me, I flag it to the concerned authorities, and I am sure they are taking note of it. I would, through the media, appeal to the Honorable Chief Minister that last 4 months have been very difficult for the state. The state has been made to suffer on account of COVID for no fault of anyone in the country or the world. We were visited with the fury of nature, Amphan. We had Herculean problem of migrant labor. These are issues of significant consequence. As Chief Minister, as executive head, it is her pilot also that she should be interacting with the governor and briefing the governor on those issues. I am sure the Honorable Chief Minister will spare time, interact with the governor as his constitutional mandate assents and spirit, and that will be in the overall interest of the state of West Bengal. There are many issues which will be sorted out in our single meeting that will make governance in the state more sublime and people friendly. Thank you so much, gentlemen. It's a great day. Let us know more about Dr. Mukherjee, his contribution, how he partnered with Dr. B.C. Roy, how we stood amidst us. Let us make West Bengal a dream of these legends. Thank you so much. Namaskar. Made it a point to have it here. Indian Constitution, the role which the state of West Bengal had, the contributions made by Nandlal Bose and others are reflected. But this had one impact, Article 370, against the wishes of millions of people. Dr. Ambedkar was all against it. Article 370 is no longer there in this sacred book that guides all of us.